Oxfam was actually founded in 1942 in the middle of the Second World War. So we have a group of people that came together. So that's how Oxfam was founded in 1942. Then somewhere around 1965, Oxfam moved to Nigeria. During the Biafra War, Oxfam was here, was supporting in the southeast, provided a lot of relief for the victims of the war. Oxfam is an organization that exists to create a just world. For Oxfam, nobody should be poor. So Oxfam, stand up for people like that and say, let's help them to lift themselves out of poverty.
We want to see how we can address this inequality that exists at the moment, where everybody is able to live, in dignity. And how we want to achieve this is basically by addressing, the issues around investment in agriculture.
In Nigeria, what we're trying to do is to look at how do we ensure that a country this prosperous can have a shared prosperity for everyone. This is why we are here in Nigeria, and that's what we're trying to achieve. Currently, we're running some 11 projects across the country. Many of them are focused on the livelihood. So we have a project on agroforestry with the name Fuel Wood Balance.
We were given the mandate to plant 5.5 million trees in the 7 local government council areas.
We have our humanitarian response in Borno and Adamawa.
If you interact with the people of Pulka, they will tell you that before Oxfam intervention came to Pulka, they were living in conditions that are inhuman.
And so far we have reached close to 500,000 people with water, potable water, sanitation, and livelihood.
Our livelihoods work basically, they mobilize farmers, into groups, give them with necessary skills, give them access to the market, link them up with the private sector to do that. So for us, we use that as an example. Some of the things that we've been able to pilot, for example, under the PROACT project, we've done the farmer field schools.
PROACT is a food security and resilience livelihood project that is targeted at vulnerable rural populations.
Primarily, there are two things we are addressing in PROACT, as hunger and poverty.
But we're also looking into other projects like Work in Progress.
Objective of Work in Progress is to enhance the economic prospects of young men and women, create jobs, and stimulate entrepreneurships by improving the skills of young people, strengthening SMEs, and creating an enabling environment.
So as a campaign, we now take those examples, those good models that we've tested, and it's working. And the same thing also for addressing access to credit. For example, we have an initiative called the Village Savings Loans Initiative, the VSLA.
The VSL project is an Oxfam female economic and social empowerment program intended to create access to flexible financial services for the small-scale farmers in Nigeria.
We have others on Voice, which is how do you give voice to the marginalized?
Voice is all about empowering, amplifying the voices and influencing policies on behalf of the most marginalized and discriminated members of the society.
You have projects like that. You have many other projects like Financing for Development.
It's focused on 3 or 4 thematic areas, one on taxation, the other on budgets, and then extractives. They will now cap it up with the inequality campaigns.
You have projects like Right to Food, which is really looking into the food system.
We identify the organizations that are best positioned to do the work that's needed to improve food security and to position them to do their work even better.
There are actually 3 major components of the project. value chain, enhancing agricultural productivity. Then the second aspect of the component is on the governance by supporting government to create enabling environment. The other component is on actually nutrition.
I can keep listing the project, but there are many projects that Oxfam has been implementing in the country. So 2 levels of connectivity. The first one is we look at our programs as a tree. The tree has roots, it has a trunk, and it has leaves, and they're all interconnected. So at the end of the day, what matters for us is that vulnerable person in the middle of all the activities. We have 4 goals. One of them is livelihood. You have, goals about saving lives. We have goals about gender justice, and then we have goals about active citizenship. But globally, but generally, we talk about the one program approach in Oxfam. And what that says is that although we may have different strands of work, they need to be interconnected.
Uber empowered us with training and some equipment that will help us to have a standard nursery comparable to any private nursery in the world.
Kamin Oxfam ta turo muna Sadiya, muna nan zaune a gida. Mazajenmu ma sai sun yi tafiya sun dawo sannan su ba mu wasu abubuwa, amma yanzu ko suna nan ko ba su nan sai mu yi abin arzikinmu.
Oxfam sun fito fili sun bayyana mana mu kuma gani da ido mu kuma taba.
Inda ba don rahama Oxfam ba, da ba mu iya wannan ayyuka daban-daban ba.
A dalilin Oxfam ne muka samu natsuwa a wannan garin Fulka.
Oxfam was like a stepping stone for me because with Oxfam, my voice was heard in Lagos State and also all over the states and also in Nigeria and all over the world because I've traveled to Tanzania, I've gone to US.
After the graduation, I got lots of offers from different organizations to build their websites for them. I'll build it for them and I'll get my money.
I know that I'm going away with a lot more than I bargained for. So I'd like to say a big thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Oxfam.
Gaskiya ina godiya sosai.
Gaskiya mun gode musu sosai, ba mu da abin da za mu biya su sai musu fata alkhairi. Ba abin da dan ce mu Oxfam sai mun gode ma Allah.
I want to say thank you, a big thank you to Oxfam.
We are saying a very big thank you